your girl Shalae. I'm back today with another video. In today's video, we're going to discuss the SNAP benefit increase for 2024, but we're also going to talk about Social Security decrease for some people, as well as their rent still going up. We have a new law that is now targeting EBT fraud. We also have some updates for some states. So New York, Georgia, my seasoned seniors, we got some answers. We also have that $120 summer EBT, disaster replacement benefits, and a whole lot more regarding EBT. So if you want to know what's going on, you already know what to do. Stay tuned. Your girl's got you covered. Now, if this is your first time tuning into my channel, hi, hello, hey friend. My name is Shalae, and here on this channel we discuss shopping, saving, and everything in between. I would love to have you a part of my internet family. Super easy. Click the big old red subscribe button down below and you're in, just like that. And while you're at it, go ahead and give me a like, especially if you love me bringing this content. Now guys, it's been a long time since we've been in a hotel, right? This is where we started off. Like, we've been down like 4 flats, right? But now Miles and I are on vacation for like the Christmas holiday, but I still had to come and bring the content to you. So, you know, don't mind me, okay? Just go ahead and receive the information that I'm putting down. All right, now let's go ahead and talk about this Amazon Prime, because guys, we only got a few days. And if you got to get those last minute gifts, you got to go through Amazon at this point. Okay, so go ahead and click the link above or below, and it's free. Like, it is free, and it could still be to you just in time for Christmas. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the increase in Social Security, veteran benefits, and also some decrease for SNAP and other recipients. So we all know January 2024, most families that receive SNAP, you're going to get the increase because they just had the increase that came in October. Also, Social Security gets an increase, right, in January. But those that do receive Social Security and SNAP benefits, due to that cost of living adjustment, they are now seeing where their benefits are being decreased. So we're talking about like Social Security retirement survivors and disability insurance, or the RSDI. We have the supplemental security income, or SSI, as well as Veteran Administration, or VA payments. We all know that beginning in January of 2024, 3.2% increase is coming for that cost of living adjustment. Also, the monthly benefits for individual Social Security recipients, on average, they're supposed to receive an increase of $50 a month. And then SSI recipients, I think they're going to receive an increase by about $29 per month. But I'm getting so many comments that those letters have now started coming in where they're just like, look, you're getting the cost of living adjustment. Now your SNAP is about to decrease to offset that cost of living adjustment. So a lot of people now are facing a SNAP reduction in the amount of about $28. So it's kind of like a trade-off, and you're not even really getting that increase. Now, of course, a lot of SNAP offices, they are right now saying, hey, if you have incomes that exceed that eligibility limit, they are encouraging you to contact them to report any changes in your household size, your income, or even expenses that could result into an increase to your regular benefit amount. But we do this every year. So let me know down below if you have started to receive those letters in the mail, but that's what we have going on. Now, there's also a new law that is targeting SNAP benefit fraud that begins in January as well. So the Illinois Department of Human Services, they will now collect data on the frequency of stolen SNAP benefits beginning on January 1st after this new law takes effect. So they're like, look, we have heard from many Illinois residents who have been victims of identity fraud and have lost access to their SNAP benefits. So now, according to the senator, what they're going to do is start tracking the frequency of those occurrences, as well as they will have a better understanding or idea and the scope of the problem as well, and how they can effectively move forward. So pretty much they were already issuing you the money back, but now they're going to continue to track just to make sure there's not any other fraud or people are giving up their card and then claiming that it was stolen. But under this new law, they will have the authority to track how often the benefits are stolen through SNAP from the rightful recipient as well. So they will also be able to track how the benefits, of course, what state and what is going on as well, and why is it being stolen from your card. So the feds are watching. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the next story, where the government is involved in SNAP benefit delays. All right, so we headed down to the dirty South, Georgia, where the federal government is saying the SNAP benefit delays are unacceptable, and they want Georgia to submit a plan to fix the problem. So we know that Christmas is in a few days, and tens of thousands of my Georgia peaches all across the state is wondering how they are going to feed their families this month. Now, the federal government is escalating the situation that's been going on from the Georgia Department of Human Services that continues to grapple with like the backlog of all these SNAP cases. Guys, we've been talking about this like May, June, July, August, September. Now we're in December. The department said they have been missing the federal deadlines when it comes to issuing the monthly benefits on time, and they have left like a lot of families stuck without answers. They don't even know when their cases are going to be processed, and they're like, look, we are trying to fix the problem and not punish anyone. I want to say that there was like a court ruling, or there was like something that was filed on behalf of the SNAP benefits as well. But now, of course, the USDA has gotten involved, and they said they want corrective action, but it doesn't mean that they want to be like a lot sterner. What they're trying to do is called an advance notification, which they're saying like, look, Georgia, you're at risk of losing your federal benefit funding totally if you don't meet these deadlines. And so hopefully by saying that, they're like, that will turn things around for the state. But they also have where in the letter that the USDA, they're saying like, this is a hardship to the needy families all across Georgia as well. And so they've heard where people have said they only were able to eat pasta for Thanksgiving, and they still haven't received any SNAP benefits. And as of December 14th, which today is what, the 21st, they were still 32,000 SNAP renewals delayed. So it's still 32,000, which are overdue right now, that was provided by DHS. Now, the governor did announce that he said, look, I'm offering and I'm doing everything I know what to do. He announced a one-time $1,000 retention bonus for state employees, and that did include caseworkers as well. So we're going to have to see, but that's a lot to try to get through in a weekend, 32,000. I'm just saying that's the update, Georgia. But we also are headed to New York, where they are now prompting, or residents are saying, hey, they are in contempt of court demand. So in New York, the city has failed to process and expedite food stamp application, which is legally required time frame this year, leaving a lot of their residents without consistent access to meals as well. Now, this was reported by the news, I want to say, July, September, around that time as well. Now, a Manhattan federal court judge ruled in July that the administration had to figure out a way to process the applications for regular SNAP as well as cash assistance benefit. And then they also had where I think they gave them like until the end of the year to get those things processed. They wanted like a 30-day window. Well, now it's the end of the year, and they still do not have it resolved. And they're like, people are being forced to go to food pantries. People are reaching out to family and friends. They're depending on other people to get them through. And in some instances, they're just going without eating because they don't have money to buy food. As well as they were saying, like, a lot of the seniors, they don't even have food to take with their medicine as well. So there was like the impacts of processing delays, that people can't even take their medication because their medication requires them to eat it with food that they don't have as well. So they're like, look, this is really a widespread problem that's impacting not just the residents, but just food in general. And it has a lot of huge consequences on people's health as well as their emotional well-being. Well, the judge took all this into consideration and ruled that the administration has until March 31st of 2024 to come up with a plan to ensure all applications are cleared within the legal time frame as well. Now, that still doesn't help because that still gives you a few months, but that's what we have going on in New York. Next, we are headed to DC, where they're saying the Grinch has stole SNAP. So we talked about DC, where remember the mayor was supposed to give a 10% increase starting in January, and then somehow she dropped like that renege card and was like, nah, I'm not going to give it to y'all. Things have changed. Well, now the residents are like, no, she's the Grinch. We need our money, okay? So the mayor in DC said that, yeah, even though she said that the money she thought could be used in a better place within the state. She said, I think that it's the responsibility that we have a conversation. And she started talking about the program because, you know, people are like, this could mean an additional $30 to $100 for some families. That is not a small thing at all. Like, you need to reconsider. So now the DC Council, I want to say like last year, they unanimously voted to give SNAP a raise amendment, calling for the increase to the district's SNAP program, where you would receive 10%, I want to say from January through September. All this was done on October 1st. It was good. It was go. Signed, sealed, delivered. But then the mayor was like, no, I don't want to do this. And so she's like, well, some of the money still can go to needy families, but she'd rather now spend that money on other areas in Virginia. Now, some people are saying that this is a little bit like odd timing because she had outlined her proposal about a week ago, and in that $500 million proposal, it had where to keep the Washington Wizards and the Capitals in DC rather than moving them to Virginia. And then they said that even though this bill was supposed to be implemented right around the corner, now she's like, oh, well, let's change the money around and let's do these things, and saying that the city needs extra dollars. So pretty much they're trying to say that she's going to use the money that she was going to give to SNAP and now keep it for her sports team or, you know, in the district as well, which that money should go towards families versus a sports team. So they do have a petition that you can sign in DC. I'll include that information as well, but that's what we have going on. Now we are headed to Maine, where SNAP recipients can report lost food due to power outage. So state officials want those that have SNAP benefits to know that they can have their benefits replaced if they have been lost due to any power outage. So I want to say that your governor, Janet Mills, she announced this during a press conference as well, that they are working with SNAP recipients. And one concern that she has is that if families may have spent or most of or all their money or all their benefits, then you go ahead and apply for it. Like, you know, if you've lost power, you can begin the process to replace your benefits by emailing DHS as well. And don't forget, like, they're doing this in Tennessee as well. From when it comes for your power outage for reporting food, you do have to fill out the form within 10 days of having your power coming back on. So if you've lost food due to a power outage that lasts longer than 8 hours, then you can actually ask for the Department of Health and Human Services to go ahead and replace those benefits as well. So, I mean, it gives you up to, I want to say it's 1 month's worth of benefits to purchase food, which is, I mean, it could be really helpful, right? So if you are in Tennessee, if you're in Maine, if you're anywhere, okay, and you've had those issues as well. Now, I was told that it can take up to 10 days as well to get your benefits replaced once you submit that form, but it can be sooner. Sometimes it's immediate. It just depends. If you do need anything, then of course you can dial 211. Next, we are headed to Missouri, where they are still undecided if the state is going to opt in into the new summer federal food program, or pandemic EBT, or summer EBT. Remember, states have until January 1st to notify the government if they plan to, if their intent is to participate, and then they're going to have to submit a plan by February 15th. Well, now Missouri education and social service officials, they haven't decided if they want to go ahead and opt into that program. And remember, the program is different this year than it was in previous years because the state's got to come off that money, okay? They got to help put in some money as well. And so Missouri is like, they're not sure if they're going to be able to execute it with the administrative challenges, with the delays as well. And then it's going to cost the state about $51.5 million in food benefits as well. So they're going back and forth to see if they're going to apply or not. Remember, they have until January 1st. I'll go ahead and put the states that have been approved already. Alabama is not on there, guys, as well as I want to say the only state that I know for sure right now that has not opted in is Nebraska at this point. But remember, just because your state opts in, they still have to submit that agreement by February 15th. So some states were saying they're going to opt in, but they might not follow through with it as well. So we'll see. These are the states that have been approved. And that is it, guys. This is what we have going on in the world of EBT. We are 4 days away from Christmas. Thank you for all those that have showed love on my picture on the community post. Miles and I are definitely going to enjoy ourselves in Tennessee with seeing my father. If the video is a little bit low, that's because, you know, I am in the hotel. So being in the hotel, I don't want to be all loud and crazy and everything else. But you know, we'll be back to our regular programming here in the next few days. But let me know down in the comments below, what do you think about states not opting into the summer EBT? What do you think about all these delays? I mean, we have New York that's being delayed. We have Georgia that's being delayed. Like, don't they know that people do have to eat as well? So let me know what you think about that. As well as, what do you think about like what is coming in 2024 when it comes to EBT? I mean, now we have like new chip cards coming. We have new laws when it comes to federal things, and like now the decrease for my Social Security people. Talk about all the comments down below. And if you guys don't know, I respond to a lot of you back in the comments, and we kind of have, you know, different discussions as well. But I don't like it that you get a raise, but then once you get a raise here, your SNAP benefits decrease there, and then your rent goes up, and then you got to pay Medicaid. It's like robbing Peter to pay Paul. Okay, I don't like that. Give me the raise and just call it what it is. Like, they need to go back and just revamp the whole SNAP program if we can ever get the farm bill, right? But that's another rant for another day. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, please like, comment, subscribe, grab you some Amazon Prime, and I will talk to you later, Gator. Bye, guys.